Hi there, Luke here with another video. For those of you unfamiliar with our channel, my husband Tyler and I make weekly travel videos where we document our experiences since moving from North America to the UK. If you've been following our series so far, you'll know that we had been exploring the country of Romania, and in this video we are going to take you specifically to some more regions of Romania, including a beautiful hike that we did in an area called Busteni, as well as the city of Brasov and Bran Castle. If you enjoy these videos and want to help support us, please do consider giving a comment, like, subscribe, and a tip with the super thanks button, as that is really helpful in supporting this channel. From where we last left off in our last video in the city of Sinaia, we drove to the Busteni area. Busteni is a small town that neighbors Sinaia, and the main reason we visited here is that we wanted to do some hiking in the Bucegi Mountains. Unfortunately for us, when we arrived in Busteni, we saw that it was quite a rainy day, and we were quite worried that this was going to affect our hike. In fact, when we parked our car just outside of the cable car parking area, someone stopped to tell us that there probably wasn't much point in going up at all, given the bad weather and likely bad visibility. But because we were here and we really didn't have an option to go any other day, we decided we would make the most of it and just go anyway. But we were very, very fortunate to find out that the views were actually quite phenomenal because we ended up rising above the clouds, which was a really fun experience on the cable car to see us exiting the mist and enter this beautiful, sunny, mountainous area. The specific route that we did was a loop trail that took us from Cabana Babila to the beautiful Hero's Cross. It is worth mentioning too that there are two rock formations that are a bit famous and known, and in particular these are called the Babele, or the Old Ladies, as well as the Sphinx. The commemorative cross to the Romanian heroes of the First World War, also called the Hero's Cross, is a monument that was built between the year 1926 and 1928. We just honestly couldn't believe our eyes at how stunningly beautiful the mountains, the clouds, and the whole area was. We were seriously pinching ourselves, especially given that we had gone in with such low expectations at the beginning of the day to having this way exceed our expectations. Such a highlight, and probably one of our favorite hikes, if not the absolute favorite hike of our entire trip in Romania. After our time in Busteni, we proceeded to the beautiful city of Brasov. Brasov is located in the Transylvania region of Romania. It's known for its medieval Saxon walls and bastions, as well as the towering Gothic-style Black Church. To start off our time in Brasov, we just enjoyed walking around and in particular enjoyed the main council square, or the Piatra Craiului. The council square is located in the cobbled old town and is surrounded by colorful baroque buildings and is home to the Casa Craiului, a former town hall turned local history museum. We headed down the famous medieval cobbled street called Strada Sfori, or Rope Street. At just 111 centimeters at its smallest point, it's officially the narrowest street in all of Eastern Europe and the third narrowest in the continent. We continued our walk through the city and headed to the pretty church of St. Paraskeva, and we enjoyed walking around this area as it had nice parks and views. We headed back to the historic old town of Brasov and visited the Beth Israel Synagogue. This synagogue dates back to the year 1901, and it became an important landmark in the civilization of the Jewish community in the region. And even though many Jews left the city during World War II, the city maintains the historic monument in its current skyline. Once we were finished here, we headed back to the main square in the city, and funnily enough, we happened upon a Hungarian cultural festival. If you're wondering why they were having a Hungarian cultural festival in Romania, there is some history to account for this. The Hungarian minority of Romania is the largest ethnic minority that exists in Romania, consisting of 1.2 million people and making up about 6.1% of the total population. A big contributing factor to this, especially with the changing of borders between the different world wars, this region was at one time considered part of Hungary, but in present day, it is part of Romania, but it still retains a lot of its Hungarian culture and tradition. Once we were finished enjoying the Hungarian festivities, we proceeded to what is called the Black Church. Most people believe it is called the Black Church because of its smoke-blackened walls resulting from a 1689 fire, while others feel it is simply a recent result from pollution. But either way, the Black Church, or the Biserica Neagră, represents the main Gothic-style monument in the country, as well as being the largest and one of the most important houses of worship in the region, which belong to the Lutherans. To finish off our day in Brasov, we took a cable car up to Mount Tâmplă and enjoyed panoramic views of the city of Brasov. If you choose to walk, it takes about an hour to get to the top, and there are several alternative trails with different difficulty levels to choose from. If you choose to take the cable car though, it costs about 16 lei. Probably one of the most distinctive features of the city of Brasov is that they have this Hollywood-like sign that says Brasov at the top, so that's kind of fun to walk up close to it and see the sign. Next up, I want to feature a great nearby hike that we did in the Piatra Craiului Mountains. The Piatra Craiului Mountains are a mountain range in the southern Carpathians in Romania. Its name is translated as King's Rock, or the Rock of the Prince, and is located near Brasov. We enjoyed walking through the beautiful Romanian countryside, passing by horses, cows, and even farmers with their dogs. The panoramic views from the top of the hike were definitely worth it. The final attraction that I want to mention that's not too far away is Bran Castle. We did Bran Castle as a day trip from Brasov, which was an easy drive to reach. This castle is commonly known outside Transylvania as Dracula's Castle, and it is marketed as the home of the title character in Bram Stoker's Dracula. There's no actual evidence that Stoker knew anything about this castle, which has only tangential associations with Vlad the Impaler, who was reportedly considered the inspiration for Dracula. Nevertheless, Bran Castle is a national monument and landmark in Transylvania. The castle is now a museum dedicated to displaying art and furniture collected by Queen Marie, as well as playing up the very admittedly thin connection to Dracula's castle, with somewhat hokey, I will admit, spooky exhibits, and even a detailed torture chamber museum. You can either go on a self-guided tour or guided tour of the castle interior. At the bottom of the hill, there is a nice small open-air museum that features some exhibits of traditional Roman peasant structures from the Bran region. Also in the area, we enjoyed walking around briefly in the town of Bran, and in particular, we enjoyed looking at some of the distinctive buildings and houses in the area. On our way back to Brasov from Bran Castle, we stopped briefly at Ryshnov Citadel, which is a fortress that was built as part of a defense system for the Transylvanian villages exposed to outside invasions. Unfortunately, when we were there, the fortress was undergoing significant reconstruction, so access to the inside was closed. But we did manage to walk around the outside of the fortress and some of the outer walls for some nice views of the area. Alright everyone, that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll continue along with us on our exploration of the beautiful country of Romania. If you enjoyed it, please do be sure to give a comment, like, subscribe, and leave a tip with the super thanks button if so inclined. As always, super helpful in supporting this channel. In our next video, we will continue our journey in Romania, visiting one of the, if not the most beautiful drives we did in all of Romania, the Transfăgărășan Drive, as well as some cities and towns in the area, including Sighișoara, Sibiu, Turda Salt Mines, and Cluj-Napoca. So stay tuned for that. Can't wait to see you at the next video. Have a good one. Bye!